Hi guys, it's John from Magic Vacations here. This is the beautiful Dock Beach down in Kinsale, and we wanted to talk about all things to do with cruising. So we've got Michelle Ryan, one of the regional managers for Royal Caribbean, to talk us through everything. So great news, 2022 is now on sale. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, so very exciting. We had Alaska and the Caribbean first, and Europe 2022 is now officially on sale as well. Really exciting because we're going to have 7 ships sailing around Europe, covering all kinds of spots and destinations throughout summer 2022 with some great pricing on there as well.
Fantastic. And I see Odyssey. I mean, that's the headliner ship, of course, for 2022.
Yeah, Odyssey's kind of the favourite child now coming in. They always say the youngest, you know, and it's like a typical Irish family where there's more children than you can count. But Odyssey is going to be our brand new Quantum Ultra class ship.
Fantastic. And you know what? The one thing I always love about Royal Caribbean is that they're just so family orientated. So, I mean, no matter what you have, and of course that term multi-generational, if you've got young toddlers, you've got kids, you've got older teenagers looking for action, I mean, that ship, Odyssey, just ticks every box for me.
Yeah, I mean, the word that I use mostly to describe the Quantum class in general, but especially the Quantum Ultra, which would be Spectrum and now Odyssey, it's just cool.
Yeah.
Everything on it is so kind of high-techy and just cool. Like with the Oasis class, they're like the bells and whistles. They are theme parks at sea. You've got your big slides and your zip lines and the likes. And then Quantum has just this extra layer to it or level to it where you've got 270 performance area, which is like Cirque du Soleil meets Broadway with dancers coming out of the floor and screens coming out of the ceiling. And it's just wow factor, doesn't even cover it. Then you've got your Ripcord by iFly, which is like your flights parachute simulator, and then you've got your flow rider surf simulators on board as well. And it's just, I mean, you've got the North Star, which is a first at sea in general.
Fantastic.
Like a London Eye pod going 300 feet above sea level, giving you a 360-degree view. And there's nothing like, you kind of go up in it and you're looking down at the ship and you're like, okay, you know, this is pretty cool. And then it goes out over the sea. And imagine just being there and being like, there's Santorini just off in the distance.
And with sunshine. That's what we're all craving, is just sunshine.
Yeah.
And can I ask you, if one of our viewers is now saying, okay, I am interested, I want to book for 2022. I know cruise only, it's a low deposit of 100 per person, but what happens if nearer the date they don't feel comfortable traveling or they need to change the date? How does that work? So many options available. Like, it is slightly ridiculous in how easy it is to make changes. We have our Cruise with Confidence policy, which is up, and then within that, you basically have up to 48 hours before you sail to decide you don't want to go. Okay, so 2 days before I'm due to travel, I can decide, right, don't want to go, and I can just change my date.
Absolutely. So if you decide to change, you can get your cruise fare back at 100% of a future cruise cert that you have right through to the end of 2021 to use, or 12 months from the date of cancellation. Okay. Aside from that as well, if you book now and then you see a better price later on, or if you're worried about better deals coming in, we also have our best price guarantee. So again, if you come back and say, oh, John, but I saw a better offer and it's 100 quid cheaper now, no problem. If you're outside your final payment date, you'll get it refunded straight back onto the original form of booking. And if it's within your final payment date, you'll get it as onboard credit to be used as well. Finally, our lift and shift, which you can literally pick up your cruise.
So American, isn't it?
I know.
Lift and shift.
And I was saying it means a whole other things in some parts of Ireland. But you can literally just pick it up and move it to the same time next year. So, I mean, give or take a couple of weeks, there's a bit of wiggle room in there. Doesn't have to be the exact same ship because the ship might not be sailing. So a similar itinerary in a similar destination for the following year. And the key thing with this is that it retains all the elements of your original booking. Fantastic. So if you had an all-inclusive booking and then the all-inclusive isn't available when you go to rebook, you can literally just pick it up and move it to the same time next year with all of the elements retained.
And can I just ask you, I mean, Florida is always one of our top sellers. I mean, is 22 on sale now as well for Orlando and Bahama Caribbean twin centres?
Absolutely. And we've got some kind of unusual ones going as well. Like we've got ones that go out of even like New Orleans and things like that. But specifically out of Florida, then obviously our big one in the Caribbean is our Perfect Day at Coco Key.
Oh, listen, I cannot wait to see and experience that.
Oh, I think it's on all of our radars for 2021. Everybody is saying that it was such a huge thing when we launched, and you know, it was obviously only there for a few months, and then people got so excited about it, and like for all intents and purposes and all reports back is that it is literally the perfect day. And this is people who went and judged it with a fine tooth comb.
Fantastic.
And whether you are super family focused, or you literally want to go and just have this idyllic Caribbean island day, you've got the Thrill side, which has got your tallest slides in North America. It's got the biggest wave pool in the Caribbean. You've got a hot air balloon that goes up above the island, a zip line, all that crack. And then on the other side is the chill.
Oh my God.
You've got your private butler service cabanas and all this kind of crack as well.
And listen, the thing I like about it is that there's like the shorter cruises and longer ones. So like there is the 3-nighter ones that you can kind of bookend with 7 nights in Orlando. You can do a 7-night itinerary.
Yeah,
you know, there really is something, depending on the duration you want, you really have something for everyone.
Yeah, and you can even do a back-to-back if you want to do 2 weeks around the Caribbean. You could do an Eastern Caribbean and a Western Caribbean and cover it all. And like you said, there's some incredible ships over there that have actually been amplified. So there have been completely done up over the last couple of years, like Navigator of the Seas, that does these shorter sailings that you can tie in, say if you wanted to do all the Universals and the Disneys and all this, which I know you guys love in particular as well, and then you can add on your little 4-nighter. And it even could be like to tie in with all of these, like where you would have gone and done all the parks and stuff like that, just as a little addition onto that as well. And perfect family-friendly option.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
One of the most popular questions we get all the time is, listen, I've got 2 adults and 3 children and nothing or nobody wants to take me. But I know, and of course the advice that we can keep on telling people is, particularly with 2022 going on sale now, really the early booking is the only way to get those staterooms that can take 5 or 6 people.
Yeah, I mean, typical Irish family. We're not really a 2+2 kind of country.
Yeah.
I'm a 2+3 family. My poor sister used to go on holidays to grannies every year back in the day when we wanted to do our big family trips. If you look at the ocean view, the panoramic ocean view rooms, there's not a huge number of them on board, but they are ideal. They can sleep 6 people. You've got these wraparound windows with your views, so you're not worried. You know, a lot of families might be worried about kids with balconies and the likes of that. This still gives you that stunning view without having the balcony option there. And you've the option of adding in Pullman beds and stuff as well. And then, of course, there is the famous family suites on board the Oasis class as well.
Absolutely have to say, that is the dream.
Yeah, that
with
is
the slide that goes right down the middle of it.
Yeah, I first saw it, and the first thing I did was act like a spoilt 10-year-old going back to my mum, being like, why did we never do this? How did we never do this? And we grew up in Kinsale with all this around us, and we'd never gone on this kind of holiday. So it is just the dream family trip.
Fantastic.
For sure.
You know what? It's been great to talk about cruise and about future plans and sunny days ahead. And Michelle, thank you so much for coming to Kinsale.
No problem at
You're
all.
only a local anyway, so you didn't come too far. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.